Hello. If you're still listening to this, congratulations. You are no longer in need of your memory pills for a while. I may get chewed out by my superior for this, but it doesn't matter. Last time we spoke, I told you we were going after one of the Joyce ships. Well, guess what? We got one. My friend, the Unintended Terror, is currently working on the systems in hopes a cure will be found for her racist condition. For those who don't know, the Unintended Terrors got their name due to a proximity influence in their genetic structure that causes other species to spontaneously scream or run the opposite direction in a panic. With their help, we've been able to not only build safety precautions, but also makeshift it into a weapon. For if one is in close proximity to them, and there's nowhere to run, they die of a fear-induced heart attacks. We learned that one by accident, when we tested my friend there on a Joy. But now we hope with this ship we can find a way to reverse the process. That reminds me. How you doing in there?
Well, I just got to know more about the controls. Regardless of their primitive design, it's amazing what technological wonders they have. As for the DNA changer, I found the cure, but I need to be standing outside for it to work. I'd asked you to go in there, but you wouldn't fit.
So you need something as small as you to work the controls.
Exactly. I'd asked my fellow race to do it, but I fear once cured, I might get affected by their condition still lingering.
I thought you weren't affected by the Joy's influence.
Their jokes don't affect us, but we can still be just as scared as we made your race.
Good point. As for how to get in there, I think I may have an idea.
What is it?
Watch the monitor and find out.
Your vehicles are very strange. Why would you build it fast if there's laws against moving at a certain speed?
I ask that same question whenever I see a commercial for them. I mean, come on. You have one car traveling down a surprisingly vehicle-free zone, which is bullshit. Boast about how powerful the engine is, how durable the body is, and how fast it can go. Yet, when you want to try it out for yourself, depending on where you go, you gotta pay $45 to $600 to get your car out of impound. I don't blame the cops for it, since they're just trying to make sure I don't crash into something or someone, but why the hell will car commercials bait people with that? It's disgusting.
Don't you have racetracks for that sort of thing?
They're alright, but it's just not the same as saying taking a long, fast cruise down the highway. Seeing the sights along the way, you know the feeling?
As a matter of fact, I do. Before all this happened, some of us were the universal equivalent of joyriding. Not the ones here, but, well, you know.
I gotcha. You rode around the universe for kicks.
Exactly. I miss those days. I can't wait to do it again.
You will. The second we get this out of the way, I'm going to take your ship out of confiscation and you're going to cruise like you've never cruised before. But until then, we're here.
What is this place?
It's a hobby shop. We use this place to buy supplies we need for home projects. And the occasional invention making. I plan to make a remote control robot with a camera on it.
So you can be in the ship without having to try to fit through? I take back what I said about your race. You're a lot smarter than I realized.
Don't take it all back. Not all of us are. Just let me do the talking. Hello and welcome to Hobbies 4. You're in luck today, as it is the 15th anniversary of the Joy's first talk show, so everything's half off. That's good. I'm looking for materials to build a remote control robot with moving arms. It's for a project I'm working on. Well, sure, right this way. I'm gonna have to ask you to remove your scarf and hat for security purposes, though. We don't want shoplifters. Understood. Funny, I could have sworn I seen you somewhere before. Same here, you look very familiar. What the hell, a customer's a customer. Now here's the things you need. A remote control car chassis for smooth movement, plus controls. 2 individual servos for the arms. A camera and a mini monitor, assuming you want to give eyes to this thing, that is. I do. And finally, a couple of Arduino control boards, and some materials for the arms and plating. I give you more than one control board just in case you break one. Thank you, and how much do I owe you? Jack shit. Excuse me? I didn't quite hear you correctly. You heard me just fine. I've seen you before. In the hospital. Do you remember an old man babbling incoherently about the joys? Yeah, what's it to you? That man was my grandfather. I don't know what you did, but you saved his life. If there's anything you like, now's your chance to get it before I change my mind. Well, I got what I need for the robot, but if this works, I could use a gadgeteer in the agency. I don't give this out to anyone, but here's my card. As long as you have it in your hand, we'll know where you are when we need you. Okay then, just do me one favor. Get those bastards. Don't worry, I will. You saw, didn't you?
I did. You're not really anything repulsive looking. So why cover your face?
Well, mostly to make sure that some people aren't watching. It's a long drive back, so I'll tell you exactly why. Not all agencies are good. Some of them are more in it for eliminating threats, others would gladly work with the joys for their own selfish desires, be it greed or power. Still, I'm amazed they haven't tried to interfere with us yet. Normally, with everything we've been doing, you'd think someone would try to put a stop to it. Still, one can't be too careful. Some of them already know who I am. If they find one trace of me, we're screwed.
I can assure you, if anything happens, I won't go down without a fight.
Same here. Okay, I got everything set up. I'm coming in. Can you see it?
Yes, it's on the lift. Strange device.
Yeah, but it's good for what we need. The servos on the arms should be able to push the buttons. You just have to tell me which one's to push.
Great. And when that's done, I can just use the ship to cure the rest.
Exactly. Now stand outside and tell me which buttons I have to push.
Okay, the combination is blue, blue, red, blue, yellow, green, yellow.
Okay, brace yourself.
Jesus Christ, burns!
Are you okay?
Yes, I just never expected to hurt like that.
Maybe taking DNA out is more painful than putting it in. Did it work?
One way to find out.
How are you gonna... Ugh. Christ, you didn't have to knock me down. Wait a minute. I don't feel fear from you. It worked.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
Easy there, don't get too excited. We still have to bail out the rest of your race.
You're right. I have to get back into the ship. We all need help we can get. Thank you so much. We are forever in your debt. What can we do to repay you?
For starters, next time you try to hug me, wear gloves. If not for my vest, you would have stabbed me by accident at the speed you were going.
I guess I got a little overexcited there.
Second, when you're done curing your compatriots, I need your help fitting these weapons on your ship. We're gonna take back this galaxy right under their fingers.
Wait, does that mean...
It will take a while, but you'll finally get to tear Joy Prime apart.
You kept your word for me so far, and for that you have my utmost respect, so I'll try to be as patient as I can with this. The longer I wait, the sweeter my revenge will taste. But I'm also not overconfident. I know there's a small chance of failure, which could cost either of us our lives. So if we do this, I want you to do one thing for me.
Sure, what is it?
As you know, our custom is wearing the skin of the dead, whether it's honoring fallen loved ones or taunting the enemy, as you can see with my joy cape. If only one of us makes it out alive.
You'd want the other to keep their skin.
Yes. If you die, I'd like to have yours to honor everything you've done to help us. If I die, I want you to take my skin. Keep half for yourself to remember me by, and the other half I want sent to my family so they know what happened.
Normally I would balk at the idea because it's unnerving, but you have my word. Skin for skin. I just ask one thing. Keep my face intact. I prefer an open casket funeral.
Of course, we only take the faces off of our enemies to taunt them. Everything else is just clothing material.
To make sure we're good on our promises, allow me to introduce a custom of our own.
What are you doing with that?
This is what is known as blood brothers. I make a small cut, just enough to draw blood, as so. Now I know your fingers are bone, but is there any non-fatal spot you can cut?
Yes, my forehead. I think I see where you're going with this.
Yep, we simply just mix our blood together with our cuts like so.
I see. This wouldn't make me part human, would it?
Only in spirit. But it pretty much means we look out for one another no matter where we go.
I am honored to share my blood with you.
As am I. Let's go to work.
Thank you for listening. You will remember this.